Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. We're getting into basketball for November 16th, NBA and college basketball. NBA, only 2 games on the slate tonight for Thursday night, as there's a lot more in-season tournaments going on Tuesdays and Fridays. So Thursday is going to be a little light. We'll get into those 2 games, and then we've got one college basketball play that we like. So let's get in first to the Nets and the Heat in Miami. Heat currently 3.5-point favorite, 215 total. Nets have been playing really well. We've liked them most of the year. On that one, Bam Adebayo's had a monster so far this season. Jimmy Butler showed up for a regular season game. Of course, it happened to be an in-season tournament game, but still showed up for one. This is not one. And we kind of expect maybe the Heat not to lower the intensity a little bit, but I think Bam Adebayo, his start of the season, he wants to continue this because this is kind of stuff that makes you on the NBA teams and get you all that extra money on your contracts. So I think that Bam's definitely going to be motivated here. And the Heat are at home. We'll see if they have this. The Nets have the South Beach flu. I don't think that's going to be the case in that particular one. These guys just played a few weeks back. It was a close game on that one. So we do like the Nets here, plus the 3.5. So we'll give you a rundown of the plays we like in this particular matchup. So we've got Nets plus a half first quarter, Nets plus 2 first half, Nets plus 3.5 for the game. Bam Adebayo over 37.5 points, assists, rebounds combined. And Mikal Bridges for the Nets over 31.5 points, assists, rebounds combined, or par on both of those. So we'll run through those plays for you one more time. Nets plus a half first quarter, plus 2 first half, plus 3.5 for the game. Bam over 37.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Mikal Bridges over 31.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Next game up, or the second game of the day, is going to be Thunder at the Warriors. The line keeps moving around, 2, 2.5, 3. It looks like some spots it's 3. We caught it at 2.5. I wish we'd have caught it at 2, but it is what it is. 226.5 total, roughly right around that part, depending on what book you're at. The Thunder are a better team so far this season than the Warriors. I understand Steph's going to be out supposedly in this particular matchup. That's another reason why I like the Thunder, is I think the scoring is a little bit more limited from the Warriors. That's why we're not touching the total of the game itself, but we do like the team total for the Thunder to go over, and quite a few bets actually in this particular matchup. So we'll get into that. I think if you haven't seen SGA, Chet Holmgren, Giddey, it's definitely worth watching, especially when you get to watch the Warriors, right? You're going to want to watch Klay Thompson and all that kind of stuff. But we definitely like the Thunder in this particular matchup. So we did take the Thunder minus a half first quarter, minus 1.5 first half, and minus 2.5 for the game. Chet Holmgren over 1.5 blocks, and Chet Holmgren over 1.5 turnovers. Chris Paul under 2.5 turnovers. Thunder over the 114.5 team total. So we'll go through that game for you one more time. Thunder minus a half first quarter, minus 1.5 first half, and minus 2.5 for the game. Holmgren over 1.5 blocks. Holmgren over 1.5 turnovers. Chris Paul under 2.5 turnovers, and the Thunder over the 114.5 team total. I realistically could see this game like 116, 108, something like that. 8 to 10 point win for the Thunder on this one. On that, but maybe not quite touching the total. But we think the Thunder can go over their total at least a couple points, and it wouldn't shock me if they get into the 120s at all either. It's not like the Warriors are coming out trying to set the best defensive record on earth. So a lot of times, though, we would be just kind of run through what we look at here. Player points-wise, I know which is one of the most popular bets. Holmgren's been at 15.5 pretty much all season, but it's been really inconsistent. The one that we do like to look at is SGA, but his point totals went up to 31.5 tonight, so we're going to stick away from that. If it was 29.5, 28.5, I think we're more inclined to take the overs on those. Chet, we've taken some of those. It's worked out. It hasn't worked out. We'll kind of see on that one, I guess. Bam Adebayo, he's been scoring right around 22 points a game, but the 21.5 point total's kind of, that one there is kind of tight there. Mikal Bridges, same thing. We just think the par, they do a lot of different things well. Like Mikal Bridges at 23.5. he's somewhere in that 20, 25 point range a night, but he's going to get you rebounds and assists. I think you got a much better shot at his par bet, which is points, assists, rebounds combined, than I do, I think, taking his actual point bet on that one. Because they all do so many those two guys especially do a ton of different things that you want to make sure you can collect all of those. Obviously, points are a huge concern when you're looking at par bets because a 2-pointer is worth 1 rebound and 1 assist, right? But I just think that added extra margin makes it a little bit more comfortable bet on those. So we do have one college game that we like for today. It is going to be Houston. It's basically the only top 25 team. So Houston over Townsend, the line's 20.5. We do like Houston minus the 20.5, and we also like them minus 11.5 in the first half. So, get out to that like 15-plus point lead at halftime, and then kind of cruise to that 20.5 point win. Be up 30-plus, and then let the subs in, and all of a sudden the game's back to 23 to make it a little bit more uncomfortable for us bettors at 20.5, but should be a pretty easy win overall. So do make sure at the end of this episode you do check out the link to the Google Sheets in the comment section. That'll have a list of all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, and what book we placed those at. You'll be able to see the whole season, including tonight. Obviously, you can see all the results on how everything did, and then go back, and see where we're at for a season total. We're going to be, I think we're in the 600-plus unit ballpark, plus so far this basketball season, which is tremendous, being as early as it is in the season, right? So we will take that all day and 3 times on Sunday, or twice on Sunday, so to speak. So make sure you check those out when you get some time. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So when we drop our bets, you'll get those first, especially when you got notifications turned on. You just get notified to your phone or device, let you know that Sports Bets for Free's drop those bets, give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets, and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to that betting app or betting window so we can make some money. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.